Have you ever pondered over how Malcolm X, a charismatic civil rights leader, influenced the perception of Islam? A man born as Malcolm Little, but who would go on to adopt the X to represent his lost African surname, his story is one of transformation and influence. While you are here, and if you find this video helpful in any way, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel. This helps us to grow the channel, plus it motivates us to make more videos in the future. Malcolm's early life was fraught with hardship. Orphaned at a young age, he found himself in and out of foster homes and eventually in his early 20s behind bars. It was here, in the stark solitude of a prison cell, that Malcolm encountered the teachings of Islam. He began to read voraciously, immersing himself in history, philosophy, and religion. His conversion to Islam, particularly to the Nation of Islam, a movement seeking to improve the social and economic conditions of African Americans, marked a turning point in his life. What followed his release from prison was a whirlwind of powerful oratory and influential leadership. Malcolm X, with his fiery rhetoric and compelling presence, quickly rose to prominence within the Nation of Islam. His early speeches, characterized by their potent critique of systemic racism and their promotion of black self-determination, resonated deeply within the African American community. He offered a voice to the voiceless, a powerful articulation of the black experience in America, infused with a strong Islamic ethos. His speeches weren't just words, they were a clarion call to action, a demand for justice. He spoke of the dignity of the black man, of the need for self-reliance, and of the transformative power of Islam. And people listened. They listened because Malcolm spoke a truth that was often ignored, because he inspired hope in a time of despair, and because he embodied a courage that was deeply admired. Malcolm X's influence extended beyond the confines of the Nation of Islam. He became a symbol of black pride and resilience, a beacon for those seeking spiritual and social liberation. His speeches, filled with passion and conviction, helped shape the perception of Islam as a religion of empowerment, of equality, and of resistance against oppression. The impact of Malcolm's early speeches was profound, but it was just the beginning of his journey. Malcolm X's speeches weren't static, they evolved, mirroring his personal and ideological growth. This evolution is as fascinating as it is profound. Just as a caterpillar metamorphoses into a butterfly, so too did Malcolm X's rhetoric evolve, reflecting his personal journey of transformation. In the early days, we see a Malcolm X vehement in his separatist beliefs. His speeches from this period are saturated with a fierce conviction that black and white America could never coexist peacefully. His words were a call to arms, a rallying cry for black Americans to stand up for themselves, even if it meant standing apart. But as the chapters of his life unfolded, so did his perspective. Malcolm X, the fiery orator advocating separatism, began to mellow into a voice for unity, a proponent of human rights over civil rights. The significant turning point was his pilgrimage to Mecca, a journey that impacted him profoundly. The Malcolm X that emerged post-Hajj was a changed man. He saw, perhaps for the first time, a world where color didn't delineate one's worth or character. This newfound perspective was reflected in his speeches. His rhetoric shifted from the divisive to the inclusive, from a focus on the differences that separate us to the shared humanity that unites us. He began advocating for unity among all races, a stark departure from his earlier stance. And yet, even as his views evolved, the essence of Malcolm X, the charismatic leader with a passion for justice, remained. He was still the same man who could command an audience, whose words could incite action. But now, his message was one of unity, not division. It's important to note that this evolution wasn't an overnight transformation. It was a gradual process, a series of incremental changes that mirrored his own personal growth. His speeches, then, are not just powerful orations. They're a window into the evolving mind of a revolutionary. As Malcolm's perspective broadened, so did the depth and reach of his speeches. Words have the power to inspire, to provoke, and to change. Malcolm X harnessed this power masterfully. Language was Malcolm X's ally and weapon. His rhetorical techniques were a blend of passion, conviction, and eloquence, a powerful mix that is seldom seen. The man knew how to hold an audience in the palm of his hand, and his speeches were nothing short of electrifying. Let's take a moment to delve into the intricacies of his oratory. Malcolm X was a master of repetition, a rhetorical device that helped to emphasize his points and engage his listeners. One of his most famous phrases, "by any means necessary," was repeated time and again, creating a rhythmic pattern that resonated deeply with his audience. But it wasn't just repetition. Malcolm X also used analogy and metaphor to great effect, painting vivid pictures with his words. In his ballot or the bullet speech, he compared the plight of African Americans to a case of democracy being on trial. This metaphor not only clarified his point, but also made it more relatable to his listeners. Yet what truly set Malcolm X apart was his unerring honesty. His speeches were filled with brutal truths and hard-hitting facts, delivered with a raw intensity that was impossible to ignore. He was unafraid to call out injustice, to challenge the status quo, and to demand change. His words were a rallying cry for equality and freedom, and they sparked a fire that continues to burn today. Malcolm X's speeches were more than just words. They were a call to action. He used language to stir emotions, to incite thought, and to motivate change. His speeches were his weapon, his shield, and his rallying cry. His words were a testament to the power of language and the impact it can have. They challenged perceptions, sparked debates, and inspired a generation to stand up and fight for their rights. Malcolm X's words continue to reverberate, a testament to their enduring power. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. For Malcolm X, that step was his pilgrimage to Mecca. In 1964, Malcolm X embarked on what would be a transformative journey to the heart of the Islamic world. A pilgrimage known as the Hajj, which every Muslim is encouraged to undertake, at least once in their lifetime. His journey was not just physical, but spiritual, leading him toward profound personal growth and evolution. Before the pilgrimage, Malcolm X's speeches were peppered with the belief in the inherent evil of the white man, a belief fostered by his experiences in the racially divided United States. However, his voyage to Mecca introduced him to a new perspective. In the sacred city, Malcolm found himself shoulder to shoulder with Muslims from all corners of the globe, all races, all colors, all standing together as equals. He saw white-skinned men who he said called themselves white, yet treated him as a brother. This was a stark contrast to his experiences back home. The unity, the brotherhood, the equality he experienced during the Hajj were transformative. It was a revelation that challenged and shattered his previously held beliefs. Malcolm X returned from Mecca with a new understanding of race and religion. He came to understand that the problem was not the color of one's skin, but the system that propagated hate and division. This change was reflected in his subsequent speeches, where he advocated not for racial division, but for human rights, for unity, for understanding. He no longer saw the world in black and white, but in a spectrum of human experiences, all interconnected. His words became less about the struggle of one race and more about the struggle of humanity against oppression. This shift in his worldview, sparked by his pilgrimage, marked a significant evolution in his rhetoric and his approach to social justice. The pilgrimage was a turning point for Malcolm, a shift that was clearly reflected in his speeches. The echoes of Malcolm's speeches still resonate today, shaping perceptions and inspiring future generations. The ripple effect of Malcolm X's speeches on Islam and the African American community is undeniably profound. His ability to express complex realities in a simple yet powerful manner made his message accessible to all, resonating across borders and generations. Malcolm's speeches were not just about Islam or the plight of African Americans. They were about human rights, justice, and equality. His words touched upon universal truths that transcended race and religion, truths about dignity, freedom, and the right to self-determination. In the African American community, Malcolm's speeches sparked a revolution of thought and action. He challenged prevailing narratives and urged his listeners to embrace their identity, to demand respect, and to fight for their rightful place in society. His influence is evident in the subsequent rise of black consciousness and the ongoing struggle for racial justice. In the realm of Islam, Malcolm's speeches played a crucial role in introducing the faith to a wider audience. He presented Islam as a religion of peace, brotherhood and equality, countering stereotypes and misconceptions. His portrayal of Islam as a source of strength and solace for the oppressed resonated deeply, leading many to explore the faith further. Even now, Malcolm's speeches continue to inspire and provoke thought. His words are a beacon for those who seek justice, a rallying cry for those who fight for equality, and a source of comfort for those who endure oppression. They remind us of our shared humanity, our collective struggle, and our enduring hope for a better tomorrow. Today, Malcolm X's speeches are more than just speeches. They are part of our collective consciousness, a testament to the power of words and the enduring impact of a single voice. They are a legacy that continues to inspire, to challenge and to shape our world. Malcolm X's legacy lives on, his words still inspiring and challenging us. The journey of Malcolm X, from a prisoner to a profound influencer, is a testament to the power of change and the impact of a single voice. His life and his speeches were an odyssey in themselves, a journey of transformation and enlightenment that spanned not just his own existence but also the lives of countless individuals who found solace and inspiration in his words. Malcolm X's speeches were more than just words spoken to a crowd. They were a call to action, a plea for understanding, and a demand for justice. He used his platform to challenge the status quo, to question the societal norms that perpetuated inequality and discrimination. His speeches were instrumental in fostering a sense of identity and pride among African Americans, and in promoting Islam as a religion of peace and unity. The evolution of his speeches reflects the transformation of Malcolm X himself. From a fiery orator who championed the cause of black nationalism, he evolved into a global human rights activist after his pilgrimage to Mecca. His speeches started reflecting this change as he began advocating for unity and brotherhood among all races, under the banner of Islam. The impact of Malcolm X's speeches on Islam and the African American community cannot be overstated. He played a pivotal role in increasing the visibility of Islam in America and in reshaping the narrative around the religion. He brought to the fore the teachings of Islam that emphasized equality, justice, and peace, and demonstrated how these principles could be harnessed to uplift the African American community. His speeches continue to resonate with us today, their power undiminished by the passage of time. They serve as a reminder of our shared humanity, of the strength that lies in unity and the power of a single voice to effect change. Malcolm X's influence on Islam was significant, but it is his enduring legacy that continues to inspire and challenge us. His life, his journey, and his powerful speeches serve as a beacon of hope and resilience, a testament to the indomitable spirit of mankind. Malcolm X was not just a man, but a symbol of resistance, resilience, and revolution. His speeches, a beacon of hope and awakening, were a powerful testament to his unyielding belief in the power of Islam and the necessity for social and racial justice. He taught us that our voices matter, that every word we utter has the potential to inspire, provoke, and transform. His eloquence, combined with his resolute conviction, provided a rallying cry for millions, demonstrating the immense power of words and the impact one individual can have on society. His teachings, rooted in the principles of Islam, encouraged self-empowerment, unity, and equality, traits that resonate strongly to this day. His legacy, etched in the annals of history, continues to inspire generations, advocating for the rights of the marginalized and the denied. The story of Malcolm X serves as a reminder that one voice can change the world, and that voice can be yours. Many thanks for taking the time to watch our short video today about Malcolm's speeches. If you found it helpful in any way, it would help our channel out if you can hit the like button and consider subscribing. This also helps to motivate us to make further videos for you in the future. Finally, we would like to wish you good luck in your own journey through life, and we hope to see you again in our next video.